Why do we cling to disease? Consciously, we say the words, I want a cure, but subconsciously, is that what we really want? In my case, it was ulcerative colitis. In other people's cases, it could be dealing with Crohn's, an ostomy, a J pouch. And the light bulb went off for me after a trip to the ER one time. I'd had a couple of surgeries by then, and I had kind of a super positive attitude all the time. That was my default. Oh, it is what it is. I'm going to pull out of this, even though I wasn't getting the results. And when I went to the ER this one night, when the doctor finally came in, she goes, "Why are you in tonight?" And I made a joke, "Oh, just kind of got bored, wanted to come see what was up." And she snapped back very quickly, "No, why are you here?" And that kind of took me back for a second. And then I gave her the real answer. My ostomy bag at the time, I have a J pouch now, was filling up every 15 minutes with liquid and stool, which if you have an ostomy or don't know, it's not a good sign when that happens. Then her eyes kind of got big, and she looked at my charts and realized that I wasn't there to mess around, that I had a history and things were serious. But that little interaction kind of gave me a little pushback. Why am I continuously being super positive about this? I'm clearly not getting better. Nothing the doctors, the surgeons, medications are doing is helping. I'm not getting better. And in fact, I'm getting worse over time. So what's going on here? Am I actually trying to cure myself, or is there something holding me back? And I didn't realize at the time, but as I was thinking through it, it was really, what emotionally am I getting out of this disease? What am I given permission to be? And I figured out that it was sympathy. Yeah, there was sympathy from others, but it's mainly sympathy for myself. I didn't have to do things. I didn't have to worry about if I failed at something, or I was procrastinating something, or if I wasn't good at my job or any other basic life stuff. I had an excuse. I could relax. Of course I can't do this. I'm sick. I'm tired. I've had surgeries. So yeah, there's no pressure to do anything. And even though my life was objectively worse than it was before, mentally and subconsciously, I was giving a little chance to relax. And so it made very perfect sense why I couldn't find a way to fix things before. I didn't want to find a way to fix things. Subconsciously, I wanted that break. I wanted that sympathy to myself. And that ER interaction gave me the chance to go, oh, do I actually want that? Is that what I want my life to look like for the next 50 years? And that gave me the impetus to look outside, and eventually I found holistic people that helped me, and the nutritional and the physical and the manual therapy that all gave me the health that I have now and my freedom back and my life back. But it wouldn't have happened until subconsciously, emotionally, that's what I wanted. That's what I was looking to seek out. So a big takeaway from healing disease, in addition to the physical stuff and the nutritional stuff, which are very important, right? Nothing's going to change if we're pounding Chick-fil-A and alcohol. But emotionally, is this what we really want? Subconsciously, if we're just saying the words, I want a cure, I want to get better, but nothing actually is, then it might be time to look inward to see what you really want. What does this issue, this disease, Crohn's, colitis, give me permission to be? In my case, it was sympathy towards myself. I have a friend of a friend who had Crohn's disease, and after talking to her, it was blatantly obvious that the only way she got love from her dad was by having the disease. That was the only time in her life that she got love. So yeah, the diet and the drinking was a problem, and that wasn't helping, but it wouldn't matter that she was talking to somebody who had fixed it or knew how to fix it. Subconsciously, she didn't want that. And why would she, if that's the only way she got her parents' love? So that's a very difficult thing to overcome. And usually we only change for two reasons. It's either we hit rock bottom, or we're so inspired or driven towards a goal, a dream. It doesn't have to be big, but something. In my case, it was rock bottom. In most people's cases, it is rock bottom. I don't want that to happen to you. And if you want to avoid getting rock bottom, there's a link in the description where we can talk about your specific situation, how we can get you unstuck. And this is going to start from a place of awareness. I was able to eventually get the awareness. It didn't happen that way initially, but I eventually got there. And I think that's the biggest driver of disease, but just achieving things in life, is what do we actually want? We can say certain things, but what is driving us? And it can start from either the positive, what do I want in life, or what do I not want? I knew I didn't want surgery. I didn't want medication. I didn't want to rely on doctors. Athletically, I wanted to do all the things I could in the gym and in sports. So going down the path I was on was not going to lead to that. So I had to change. So what's your dream? What is your goal? What do you actually want in life? And what are the emotions associated with it? What do you feel? Do you feel approval? Do you feel happiness? Do you feel like you can finally be free? Tapping into those can inspire us to take the next step, or to look outside of what we're currently doing, or to say, that didn't seem like it worked before, but I wasn't in the right state. Or this new thing that came out, it's not from a doctor, it's not peer reviewed, but there's people who've had success with it, and why not? Right? I dropped $5,000 from my health coaches not knowing it would work, and ended up did and saving my life. But until I focused on what I wanted, that would never have been an option. I never would have overcome the huge bump of dropping $5,000. Well, I didn't really have much more than that with all the medical stuff going on. All right, so focusing on what it is you want, who do you have to become to do that? What do you have to invest in? What are the emotions associated? What are the actions that that version of you would take? If it's being Crohn's, colitis free, surgery free, medication free, what does that version of you do? What does that version of you focus on? Who's the version of you that doesn't either change out of fear, but is exploding with life, or just feels a spark from focusing on something that they actually do want? So that little tweak of going more inward and trying to figure out why you actually have the disease can make massive changes in life.